Welcome back, everybody, to the Chongqing Major SEA Qualifiers. We are down here in the losers match for Group A, 496 Gaming versus Lotac. Lotac absolutely crushed Game 1, but here we are in Game number 3, 496, with a convincing Game 2 victory, forcing us out to a Game number 3. And this is going to be the last game for today for the SEA Qualifiers. We've already had the upper bracket match wrap up. Spoilers ahead, TNC won 2-0, so Mineski are now waiting to face off against the winner of this series. So loser of this is out, winner of this plays Mineski for the final spot in the playoffs from this group, and TNC are already through. So their major hopes looking pretty good, other issues notwithstanding. I got the Meepo banned out again here, 496. Once again, I'm going to be getting rid of this Magnus. And the big questions this draft for me are, is the Brewmaster going to get banned by Lotac? If it doesn't get banned, will 496 move it up in priority to first phase? Will Tusk get banned? Will Dazzle get banned? And are they going to bother banning Centaur? I don't know if Centaur has looked so amazing today, at least in the games that we've been watching here on this stream. So we've got the Bounty Hunter again being banned out. I really don't think that the new Bounty Hunter is that good, to be honest. Like, his kit has changed to be even more individually focused, but he's a right-clicking hero that can't ever really right-click in team fights, and now he contributes almost nothing to team fights because he's not bringing any move speed to the table or anything like that. The bonus gold sure is nice, but I don't know. This Bounty Hunter thing seems a bit weird to me. I don't know if anyone else has been banning Bounty, but maybe 496, maybe they like it. So, or maybe there's somebody on Lotac who just gets triggered by playing against Bounty Hunter. They've played against too much Bounty Hunter in their pubs. So now here they're banning it out. Okay, we are going to have the Dazzle ban. 496 still respecting the potential of that hero. Sand King also removed. Lotac, I would say that the problem heroes for them in the last game were kind of the Tusk and the Timbersaw was a problem, but I don't think it's worth banning. I would say that the Tusk and the Brewmaster were the big things that I would look at as potential bans here. Grimstroke is still also in the pool, but as we've talked about, the support pool of this patch feels pretty deep. So I think it's a little bit difficult to go about putting bans on supports. But as I say that, Grimstroke is going to be banned out, so Lotac still given that hero quite a bit of respect. Alright, so 496, what do they want? They opened last game with the Rubik Tusk. If they want that, that is still completely open, completely available. I would imagine that Lotac would have a slightly better plan against it this time around, perhaps, at least as far as the laning strength and that kind of thing, but if they want it, it's there. And I would think that they're going to take at least the Tusk. I don't think the Rubik is that important, but I think Tusk is very strong at the moment. So I think Tusk is worth a first overall. But what'll it be? They're really taking their time on this one. They haven't disconnected or anything, right? They're really talking this one through. And they're going to go for the Centaur. Okay, so they could Centaur Tusk if they wanted to. Position 3 Centaur, position 4 Tusk. Snowball the Centaur into the lane. It's a pretty powerful combination. But Lotac might take the Tusk for themselves here. They could Tusk Rubik. I think Rubik's pretty decent against Cent. What else could they want? If they really want to enable Raven, we could maybe see something like an Ogre pick for the Bloodlust. Magnus is already banned out. But I don't know. Yeah, we're kind of into uncharted territory as far as the drafting today goes. It seems like both teams came in with pretty clear plans for their first game. And, okay, Lotac instead. Just Rubik Axe. Maybe steal the Stampede. Axe still solid. We've seen it work quite nicely, and I think they're probably in the back of their minds thinking about that KP Axe from their series a little bit earlier, which I think makes total sense. They can have the Axe off doing his own thing. And the Rubik kind of deters against the Bane pick a little bit. Even though the Bane pick is good to stop the Axe creep cutting, it's going to be kind of annoying for Bane to use his Fiend's Grip and stuff playing against a Rubik. So Good for the lane, not necessarily great for the game, but we'll see if they still go for it. No, alright, they're going to take Phoenix. So this is very much in the wheelhouse of a last patch draft. I mean, 3 out of 4. Rubik was not very popular last patch, but we'll see how this Phoenix does. The one Phoenix that we've seen today from Mineski had a lot of protection in the form of the Chronosphere and the Invoker and whatnot, so they really had a lot of setup for him. I don't know if they're going to have quite the same degree of setup on 496 this game, so we'll have to see how that works out. Naga once again getting banned out. Okay, so 496 pretty, yeah, following through on that. Lotac just going to avoid having too much protection for this egg. I don't know what else combos well with Phoenix. Tree and Protector does not feel like a good hero at the moment, so Tree Phoenix is out. Invoker Phoenix is okay, but Invoker might be a little bit greedy this game. Invoker Centaur is a good combination. Running around the map, finding Blink, Stomp, Sunstrike kills. So that could be something that they look at here, but it might be a little bit greedy for them. I think they need to make sure that they still have this ganking potential from their supports. Because that's really, to me, what won them the game last game, was just the supports running around, finding kills, causing havoc, constantly killing net. Really made the game very difficult to play. And Lotac, alright, they ban out the PA. So the carry pool getting a little bit smaller now. Slark also being banned. And the Lotac just going to take the Lone Druid. Alright. So what? Decent in lane against the Centaur. Ranged Lone Druid, I suppose, pretty good against the Phoenix. I was not super impressed by the JT Lone Druid in the earlier series that we saw today, but if Lotac can maybe pick up the pace a little bit more here. Part of the problem for me that game, and this is very much a hindsight, like hindsight is 2020 thing, but I think the problem for me that game is that they picked sort of 2 different win conditions. I think if you're going to pick this ranged Lone Druid, then I think he needs to be your win condition. Oh, and Wisp is here, by the way, guys. That's another support that is also just viable in the meta and like can be pretty solid. But I don't know if I like it here because I feel like 496 have now made their ganking potential from their supports really quite bad. And what are they going to do? Are they going to Wisp Gyro? Wisp feels so nerfed now that the only thing that he really has going for him is the Ags talent. So I don't know if they're going to, like, are they going to Wisp Dusa? Seems like it could be good. Not really anything wrong with that. The Dusa protects the Supernova really well. The Aghanim Scepter upgrade on the Medusa isn't too bad. It's not good enough that you would normally buy it yourself. It's also Dusa, a decent hero against Axe. You don't really care too much about Axe calling you. So maybe that's what they're going for here. They might just get run over if that's the case. But I'm just trying to think of what other heroes have a good enough Ags upgrade that they're going to bother picking them here. Because I really think that's what Wisp has become now. He's just sort of become this Aghanim's gimmick. I'd really like them to kind of take that away, perhaps, and then make the hero stronger, like, in general. Buff some of his other stuff back up, but it seems like for now the Ags tether thing is really where we're existing at the moment. So Lotac, I guess they have to decide if it's support Axe or position 3 Axe. I would imagine it's just going to be position 3. They do have options. Lone Druid could be mid, he could be safe lane. Could be a decent game for like a Witch Doctor if they wanted against the Centaur and the Wisp. Pretty solid. We are looking at 3 strength heroes so far from 496, so Timbersaw maybe briefly flickers across your mind, but I don't think it's really all that good in this situation. So what are Lotac gonna go for? They've got quite a bit of time to discuss here. I think it's probably just gonna be the Yamate hero. Okay. Looks like that may have taken a little bit of convincing, but I do think this is a good silencer game. The damage from their supports is now a little bit weird and maybe a little bit lacking, but it is certainly a good hero against the Phoenix and also a good hero against the Wisp. Last Word feels so bad now. It does so little damage, so maybe we'll see early points in glaives, or
remaining.
just one early point in glaives for Silencer to do some damage, but...
5 seconds remaining.
Lotac have slightly better ganking supports, but not by much. And okay, it is just going to be Wisp Gyro. We are 100% in last patch for 496 now, which I'm not sure if I like, to be honest. This feels a little bit weird. So I guess they're still just looking for their mid. They don't have last pick though, so Lotac are going to have the opportunity to get a solid mid matchup going
5 seconds
for
remaining.
Chuan, which should be good. What else can they do here? Do they need a little bit more front line? They wouldn't go amiss. But they do also probably need a little bit more damage. TA is not looking great. Invoker I don't think is too amazing, but not terrible. Storm Spirit ban would seem to suggest that they're just thinking about picking Lina, but it could also be a bit of a fake out. Or maybe they're thinking about like picking Tinker or something, but that seems unlikely. But if they ban, like, are they getting baited here? If 496 ban Lina, are Lotac just gonna pick something that like Lina is bad? That's bad against Lina.
Remaining.
So maybe they want them to ban Lina. But they could have just banned Lina themselves. But, you know, maybe they also wanted Storm Spirit bans here or something like that. I don't even know what's bad against Lina in lane. A bunch of melee heroes, I suppose. Don't really cope with the lane all that well. There's a few heroes that Lina bullies pretty effectively. So, what are 496 actually worried about? I don't know if there's like a clear mid pick that stands out here as being amazing for Lotac. Ooh, Broodmother band. Okay. I think that's smart. But I think if you really wanted to pick Broodmother, wouldn't you ban like Kunkka? Storm's decent against Brood, but I think Kunkka is like the real deal mid lane counter. Just gives Broodmother such a hard time. Makes her game really, really difficult to play. Broodmother might not even be so good anymore. The map changes, I hadn't even thought about this, but the map changes probably make Brood quite a bit worse, because all of the ancient camps are further away from mid lane than they used to be. And 496 just gonna go for Huskar. Okay, that's a really interesting way to protect the egg. I hadn't thought about that, but the AoE disarm from Huskar is actually super useful as a way to protect the supernova. Okay, and they can give the Ags bonus over to the Huskar as well. That's cute. Okay. I mean, I think it's just going to be Gyrocopter getting the Ags tether this entire game, but the Huskar is also a cute idea. I'm on board with this. And now they have to pick something that kind of does okay against the Huskar in lane. Though Huskar's laning matchups have probably changed quite a bit since the changes to Berserker's Blood. And Lotac, lacking a better option, are just going to go for the Invoker. I like the Invoker this game. Spirit Vessel is going to be super important against the Wisp, the Phoenix, and the Huskar. So, really expecting to see an early Vessel out of the Invoker. This is historically not an amazing matchup for the Invoker, but also there might be some rotations coming through from net on the Rubik or something like that. So we'll have to see what happens. It's like a 7.19 draft versus this. Well, this is also kind of a 7.19 draft. Aside from the Lone Druid and the Rubik, everything else feels like the comfort zone for these two teams, now that they're both facing elimination, is to just pick heroes that they kind of know how to play. I don't know how much Lone Druid Raven's been playing recently, but I suppose we shall see. The last game today the last game for Southeast Asia, and the last game that I'm casting. I think, how soon is CIS kicking off? It may actually already be starting. Where's my schedule? When is it? No, an hour. Okay, cool. Sweet. So, anyone who wants to watch the major is stuck with me. There you go. Tough luck, everybody. But this should be a good one. Game 1, almost a complete stomp. Game 2, a little bit more back and forth. Lotac honestly looked a little bit discombobulated. And now we'll have to see what is in store for us for game number 3. Let's get some overlays going. All right. So yeah, but it's going to be Ohio Axe, Net Rupik, Chuan Invoker is going to be going for double null, Yamate Silencer, and Raven Lone Druid versus Secret Centaur, Seal Phoenix, Red Huskar, Yassi Wisp, and 458 on the Gyrocopter. Alright. Good luck, my boy Raven. Okay, a little bit of friendly bants back and forth here. Invoker with the ward. Did he get spotted? Don't think so. Might still get dewarded anyway. Huskar with the Bracer first. Okay, going to be going double Bracer into Armlet, so nothing too shocking there. I don't know if we're going to be seeing any Holy Lockets this game. I haven't seen it built
30 seconds
yet
to
in the patch, and haven't seen it in any of the pro games so far today. At least none of the ones that I've cast. But could be something that maybe Wisp looks at. See what he opts for. Invoker with the Exort so far. I don't know if he's going to be going kind of full Exort build, or if he will be going for sort of the Abed-esque 3-1-3 and then back for points in Wex. I'd kind of like to see that build, though I don't know what would that look like now that phase boots are nerfed, or phase boots are different for Invoker. You don't want phase on Quaswex. I guess you just buy treads on Quaswex. Feels weird, but that sounds right. And then I guess you go back for your vessel, because I do 100% think they need a fast vessel this game. I don't think either of the two supports can get it quickly enough, and I think the vessel is going to be vitally important against the Huskar Wisp Phoenix. Otherwise, there's just going to be so much sustain. Oh. Net already getting homing missiled here. Interesting. Was Net hoping to... What, was he coming over here to try and snipe a courier or something? Could be. Raven really wants to contest this rune. Is he going to get it? No. Seal outclicks him, but now Seal's in a little bit of trouble, and he already skilled the Fire Spirit, so no dive to get out of here. Raven might just be able to run this one down. Couple more auto attacks should do it. Salve used. Not dead. Ooh, surviving on less than 10 HP. Single digits. So in the end, it is going to be 3 bounty runes for 496, but a salve cancelled, and Phoenix forced all the way back to base. So I still think Lotac not all that unhappy with how that played out. Ohio with very much a lane design, item build, sorry, to contest the lane. Not going to be going for the double stout shield or anything like that. It looks like Net is going to be just hanging around down here as well. Invoker, sunstriking himself a range creep. All right, I want to see how this. So how does this regen actually end up working out? Doesn't seem like that much so far. But it's also, it's a multiplier of his strength-based regen, right? Attack speed and health regen resistance based on missing health. Hence regen is a percentage. Oh no, it's a percentage of your strength. Okay. So it still scales. Yamate, alright, just giving it to them with the Arcane Curse. A little bit weird to see the Silencer just playing the lane with the Lone Druid. This is not sort of your usual MO for Lone Druid. Normally he just wants to be left to his own devices, but Yamate doesn't really have anywhere else to get experience, so he's just going to be chilling up here and running pulls, I would imagine. And Ohio is actually starting to cut the wave now. Net down here to just make the CSing a little bit more difficult, spam some Fade Bolts, keep them under the tower. Seems to be doing a pretty nice job of it so far. Mid lane, Huskar, a bit of an edge. Able to start applying some pressure with these 2 points up in the Burning Spears, but Invoker should be able to sustain reasonably well with some points in Quas. Secret getting a right clicked. So Raven does just get barely clipped by that stomp there. And Net is on his way over towards mid lane. I don't know if this... Oh, if... What? I think they have to land all of Invoker's abilities. Like, Sunstrike has to land, but they also need the Cold Snap and the Forge Spirit to kill him. They're going to try for it. He's kind of low. Alright. Oh, do they even need the Sunstrike? Maybe not. Just going to right-click him. Alright, that's an easy first blood. Good rotation from Net. I guess I didn't really account for the fact that like the Fade Bolt was going to do full damage and everything like that. So Huskar, even with 2 bracers, taken out
is under attack.
And Ohio happy to just keep... This is the nice thing about picking Axe. And this is the other thing, this is the reason that people were picking Axe, I think, last patch. Is because it lets your supports roam. Like, Axe and Enigma both enabled you to actually have a support that could go and play elsewhere. Instead of having to just sit in the lane and help their offlaner. And that's kind of what they're doing at the moment. They're actually, what, 496 are going to try and come over here and pressure Ohio. Oh, they might be able to kill him, actually. How quickly is this homing missile going to get here? It's quick enough. That is going to be a nice kill. Alright, the Gyro Wisp able to deal with the Axe cutting the lane pretty effectively. They're going to lose a couple of creeps to the tower, but still going to be there for the experience. Not too shabby. Wisp going to head over and grab himself a bottle. Yeah, Yamate still trying to run some pulls. I don't know where he's going with this creep wave, but... Alright, oh. And Net with a smoke now. Huskar not tenderized to his liking just yet, so is instead gonna try and rotate around and find a gank elsewhere. Phoenix is already salved up, so he's pretty healthy. Huskar still leading on the CS at mid lane, though not by too much. It does seem like Invoker is kind of coping with the situation. Can they go for him? Huskar again below half HP, no boots, in the river. I think he may have seen Net coming over here. Perhaps. Does have an observer ward, so he's gonna see Net as soon as he comes around the tree line. Yeah, knows that he's running at him right now. Gonna get the lift back. TP's coming in. They do have the inner fire coming out, but looks like Red might still just get right-click down. Oh, and that is a big, expensive rotation for the two supports, both TPing in. And that's gonna mean that Lotac can just play however they want in these other lanes. Ohio still pretty far away from his Ring of Health. Net now rotating over towards top. Secret needs to be a little bit careful. This Lone Druid's not too far away from level 5, so gonna have the Entangle before too long. And that's where he could be in trouble. This is my problem with the draft from 496. They just haven't given themselves any rotation potential with their supports at all. Like, they really can't make that many plays. They're just sort of forced to sit in their lanes. Phoenix used to be okay, but I think now with the movement speed slow being nerfed on the dive, he's actually a much worse ganking hero than he used to be. And Ohio, so long as he remembers to, as long as he TP's out ahead of the homing missile, I think he's going to be okay. Net, weighing up his options at top. Yamate does have a point in the last word now, so they could go for the kill on the Phoenix. Dive is not going to save him. Yamate pokes his nose out. Net, are you coming over here yet? Alright, now he's going for it. Alright, he's going to dive right back to where he came from. Lift up. Sunstrike attempted, not going to do anything. Raven's got level 5, so all he needs is one Entangle hit to potentially find this kill, and Secret knows it. He's going to stomp the bear just to make sure. If that had been a first hit route, I think he would have died, so. Well worth it. And this time around, Lotac, similar to the first game, making good rotations on the supports, and that is what is controlling the game for them. Are they stacking on this Gyro Wisp is my big question. And they're doing a little bit, stacking and pulling. That's really where the big farm acceleration comes in for the Gyrocopter. Yeah, okay, he's already kind of... Well, he's trying to get started farming jungle and the lane, but not super easy. Oh, Net. Alright. Lift back, into the fear, into the root. Very nicely played. He gets the stomp at the last moment, but it's not going to be enough. And this Rubik is just everywhere. 100% kill participation for his team so far. He's just going to be going for a double null talisman early on to bolster his stats up a little bit. Oh. And they see the Phoenix is here. They just gotta wait for that lift cooldown. Might be a little bit difficult to go for this. Oh. Wait. You gotta last word him before he dies, Yamate. That's how this works. Oh. Secret's dead again. And this time around it's gonna cost him 2 in. Lotac just pressuring this tower and no rotation potential. Looks like maybe a TP getting cancelled by Ohio down at bottom. He might pay for this one with his life. He's got the dunk, got some battle hunger, move speed coming up soon, another call. No, he'll just be brought down. Yeah, it looks like, what, did Wisps? Somebody's TP looks like it got cancelled by axe there. Put his body on the line to
Dire's bottom
make sure that
tower
that
is
dive
under
up top
attack.
didn't get punished. And Net with another
Radiant's
smoke.
top tower is under attack.
Huskar looking very vulnerable
Radiant's
to
top
gank so
tower
far.
has
And
fallen.
Invoker doing great at mid. He's got 20 denies.
Dire are scattered.
Doing A-okay. Has gone back for the point in Wex now, but still only 2 points in Quas. No sign of a vessel. Just going to be going for the Aghanim Scepter. Maybe they don't even need it. They haven't been struggling to kill the Huskar so far.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Alright, Yamate once again. First onto the scene. There's the lift. Gonna get silenced. Don't even need the Sunstrike to land. Dive through. Wisp is coming in here along with the Gyrocopter. They want this kill on the Invoker. Can they get it? He's gonna go for the TP out. Oh, he almost makes it. So close. They did have a dust over on the Wisp. Now they're relocating over onto the Bear, but Raven is gonna be okay. Gets the nice fear off. Keeps himself alive. Throws in a little chat wheel as well. Why not? This guy's got the micro for it. Come on, Nat. Get these CS. I saw you miss CS's Dazzle last game. Oh, never mind. Yep. Hold that thought. Yamate is dead. I don't know what he was doing over here, but does get caught. What, gets caught by the relocate coming back? What was he even doing? Doesn't even have an obs or anything. Oh, Ohio gets the call. 458 can be just fine. Did pick up an early drum. Stampede being used, but just Secret running himself out of there. And alright, Wisp is teamed back up with the Gyrocopter, so Gyro not looking very vulnerable, but they are thinking about something down around here. Net and Yamate with yet another rotation. If they can just get the last word onto Seal, might be able to find this kill. Gotta lift him back into the Sunstrike. Doesn't work out properly, but they're still gonna get this kill, it looks like. No, Wisp tethers over to him. Gonna keep him alive, and now Red has also made the rotation. They're actually gonna end up losing both of the supports. Oh no, they really needed that Sunstrike timing to work out properly. It is what, Sunstrike's 1.7 seconds and the lift is only 1.5, so I understand why he kind of casted ahead of the lift a little bit. Ohio, TP out. Alright, see ya. He's gonna be fine. 2 bounty runes apiece there, and the last couple of minutes working out pretty well for 496. Raven is just gonna be going for a bunch of Wraith Bands into a Maelstrom. Nothing too shocking, just continuing to apply pressure up here at top. Go for the attack range talent before too long. And Invoker, okay, yeah, is going back for the points in Wex now. He's gonna go for the Tornado, Snap Tornado Meatball combo, potentially, but Yassi is just waiting here, kind of daring him. He's also got a regenerate bottle, so should be able to save heroes through whatever comes. Net steals the dive, quickly zooms himself out of there.
Structures are fortified.
Oh, over at
Dire's
mid.
bottom tower is
Wait, did he
under
just
attack.
jump through the tornado? Alright, nice. Dodging out of the way of that one. Cold Snap's still off cooldown. And he is still going. Okay, so he's mostly playing Exort this game. Got a second point in Wex, but that's about the extent of it so far. The one thing that is probably a little bit nerfed about this Gyro Wisp strategy is that it's going to take Wisp even longer to get to his level 10 talent to get the XP gain. So it's going to be a while before the Gyrocopter actually gets this Ags benefit. Of course, all of the extra mana and being relocated around is fantastic for Gyro anyway, and the move speed, but it feels like the farm rate is really dependent on the Aghanim Scepter. This poor Phoenix has nothing. I'm not exaggerating when I say poor. Jump in at bottom. They've got the Wisp. How did they even find that? Just the lift from Net back into the call. And easy right-click damage coming through. Invoker in a little bit of trouble, but he's got the Tornado to look for the turnaround. Net's got a call down here. Lays it out, just going to do a bit of damage. It's just some harassment really overall. Sunstrike is off cooldown. We're talking about 350 damage, but that's a 700 HP Huskar, so he's going to be just fine.
Top tower is under
Alright, so the regen numbers are pretty solid. I mean, part of that is his Helm of Iron Will as well, but not that much. Raven quickly rotating down to bottom. They found that kill, and he immediately finds the tier 1 tower. Much more active than the JT Lone Druid that we saw a little bit earlier, but again, I think the lineup is a bit more built around him. this game than that lone druid was. I'm thinking about it. Could Sunstrike this guy if they can just land it, but he would actually die.
Top tower is under attack.
458 does manage to push out the tower here. He's also going to be going for a Maelstrom. Raven, oh my god. How much damage is this? The Spirit Link plus the Battle Cry? Yeah, this bear doesn't need items to do damage. Jesus. Centaur with a double Bracer build coming in to try and defend this, but needs to be careful. He's taking quite a lot of damage. He gets feared. All down coming through. They are relocating into the back lines. The fear's already being used. They bring the Huskar in. Raven just going to try for the TP out, and he's successful. He loses the bear. Net also in some trouble, though. And is going to get... I thought he was going to get flacked down, but no. Just gets brought down by the Phoenix. Oh, they bring back the Huskar over to mid lane. The combo damage is not really enough from the Invoker, though. And Ohio biting off a little bit more than he can chew. The Stampede is coming forward. They're going to be looking for the slow. He does have the Tornado. Gets out of the range. We'll be able to lay down the Ice Wall as well. Actually, this could be trouble for 496. Ravens arrived on the fight. Who can they actually find? Wisp finds a good position, but Huskar jumps in a little bit too far. He breaks the tether. He might be in some trouble. Tether up once again, but Yassi too late to save him. Now Seal also just waiting in the trees here. Gyrocopter in a little bit of trouble. He's going to get lifted back. Sunstrike off cooldown. He's pretty fast, but so are Lotac. He pops the drum charge and he will be able to escape. What does Phoenix do now? Phoenix? What's up? How does he escape from this? Like, he has a dive. He can dive in and supernova somebody, but can't really do too much here. Whoop. Try for the combo. Gyrocopter gets out of the way though. Okay, there you go. Dive supernova. Gets the HP reset at the very least. Doesn't really do too much else, but still pretty nice for him. And Invoker getting slapped. Raven, alright, he's got his Dragonlance. Now he's going to be going for a Mjolnir. And 496 just pushing it. Still a pretty close game by the metrics. No global silence just yet from Yamate. These low-level supports feeling like they stay a low level for a much longer time in this patch. And Ohio looks like maybe not going to go for the Vanguard, just trying to get that Blink Dagger up a little bit more quickly. I think his team is really feeling the lack of initiation right now, and 496 really just deathballing it. They were a bit concerned about a Roshan, so going to go send a Sunstrike scouting over there. As 496 sweep the top half of the map, Lotac just take over the bottom side a little bit. They would really like to get some wards up in the Radiant jungle at the moment, but Yamate also really wants his level 6, so he doesn't want to go and do it. Maybe gives could have given that ward over to Net, so he could have planted it, but Net just going to connect down bottom. They've always got that relocate ready to go. The Centaur should have his, yeah, he does have his blink completed now, so they might be able to make something happen at bottom. It's actually just going to be Net who pokes his head forward to push out this wave. He's going for a Yule Scepter first and a Rubick. Yeah, Blink Stomp, relocate. Rubick probably dead. Gets the Stomp stolen, gets it out onto 3. Does as much damage as he can before he goes down, but still going to be a monster kill streak for this Gyrocopter. Where did this relocate come from? Do they actually know? The Wisp came back, didn't bring the Gyro with him, but it looks like Yassi just able to walk this one off. He's fine. Alright, Invoker, Aghanim Scepter, another 800 gold. Huskar, not sure what he's going to be going for this game. Probably needs an armor item, I imagine. I don't know if is Halberd. Halberd's probably still good. BKB feels kind of mediocre for him this game. We do have the blink up now in Ohio, but no gank just yet to really go with it. Raven, did he complete the Mjolnir, or is he just wanting this BKB now? Looks like he just wants the BKB. Farm rate on this lone druid, nothing insane, but is keeping pace with the Gyrocopter for now, though Wisp now has his level 10 talent, so level 15 talent not going to be too far away. Yeah, not a whole lot happening on the map right now. Both teams seemingly content to just find a little bit more farm, grab their next round of items. Oh, they do spot Yamate here. Observer Ward just catching him, and he will get brought down quickly. And we do actually have, okay, we do have them smoking up. Respawn on the silencer in 20 seconds, so Global's going to be available as soon as that happens. If they can get the two-man call here, that would be big. They don't quite manage to catch the Phoenix, or do they? Okay, he's not, they don't have the taunt. The status bars are broken at the moment. Tornado buys a little bit of time. Ohio going to try for the TP out, and he gets it. Nice fear from Raven. Opens up the space. Completely wasted buyback from the Centaur. 496 do just head into the Roshan pit, hoping to pick this one up for themselves quickly. They do take it quite fast. They got a lot of healing and sustain. The Sunstrike scouting it. They know that Roshan's down about half HP. Net coming over. What's he got stolen? It's just a double edge, not the most effective. Secret running interference. This Roshan attempt is slowing down a little bit. They're healing the Huskar a lot. The Supernova is going to try and buy space from the other side of the pit. They look like they're just going to focus down the Centaur. He gets Cold Snap and he'll get brought down. Gyrocopter doesn't have any mana, and they haven't got the Aegis onto him. They're still tethering this Huskar. Raven's just focusing onto him. He's got the Ice Wall down. Red just can't get out of it. He's getting kited. He's going to lose the Aegis pretty much for free. And now he's in a little bit of an awkward position. They do end up losing Ohio over on the other side of the fight. Continuing, Net does get the stomp out. They're just focusing the Huskar. Deafening Blast in the one direction. The inner fire going back the other way. Tron still just fighting up. 458 not tethered yet. Yassi in trouble. One more auto attack from the Invoker is going to do it. Seal does not have enough Sunray left to finish the Invoker kill. It's a complete bloodbath of a team fight. Tornado not going to end up connecting. Can we get a root? Nope, we can get a Maelstrom proc though, and that will be enough for Raven to pick up a killing spree. He must have done, let's wait for this fight recap. He must have done so much damage in that fight. Look at that. He was just sitting on the high ground, right clicking the entire time. The Invoker, sure, he did some damage, but that was all Raven all day. 7.2k damage. I think he killed the Huskar twice, pretty much all by himself. And it now has the option to pick up his BKB if he wants. The Centaur is TPing in here on the trees. Does manage to get the stomp out this time around. No fear. Can they get the relocate on him? No. He's fine. Alright, yeah. Ohio is... I said, you know, how much Lone Druid does Raven play? Well, it turns out that he's a pretty damn good Lone Druid player. Looking very solid. Ohio working on his Blade Mail. Certainly going to be a nice pickup for him. Rubik gets his hands on the Stampede. Alright, nice for Net. He's got his Yule Scepter picked up now. Has not picked up a talent. Just opting for more points in his abilities. So we'll see what ends up happening on that front. 60 damage talent just feels like a bait. So probably just go for the HP. But he might even prioritize Arcane Supremacy over going for... either of his talents. We'll see. Oh. 496 with some decent vision, but it's mostly around the river, so not really anything that they can play to go and work on these tier 2s or anything like that. So we're just gonna have to give away this bottom tier 2 tower for free. Raven picking that one up. All of Lotac in the neighborhood. Invoker picking up a Blink Dagger. I don't think this is so much about him being able to initiate as him being able to sit really far back. So like Axe can go in, Invoker can be a mile away, not really in any situation to be jumped by Centaur or anything. And then as soon as Axe finds that initiation, that's when Invoker can find his moment. So it just means he can be 1200 units more defensive in terms of his positioning.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They're just continuing to let Lotac have all of these towers for free. I don't know what 496 feel like their timing is. Maybe they really want this Halberd on the Huskar to help deal with the Lone Druid damage, since he was what just Shrek'd them in the last fight. Still no level 15 on this Wisp. 22 minutes in. You pick this combo for the Aghanims, and it feels like it's just not really working. Oh, the Gyrocopter getting left behind. Tornado wildly whips, though, from Chuan. Oh my god. That was super off the mark. They could have at least... I think if they hit that Tornado, they force a BKB. They're gonna jump in and get the call now. Blade Mail pop. Gyrocopter just kills himself. Deafening Blast pushes back the Centaur. Wisp nowhere to go. What can he actually do? He's just running into the trees. Tether's still on cooldown for a little bit. Ohio finds him. Ohio dunks him. Net also chasing a little bit further over. Huskar nowhere near that fight. He was just farming on the other side of the map. They thought that they could bait the Gyrocopter. He felt confident with his BKB, but Ohio just doing so much damage with that Blade Mail. And now Lotac easily pushing in towards the mid lane. Not the longest respawn timers in the world for 496, but still, this is a little bit concerning. I think they're going to take some damage on their tier 3 tower here. They don't have a glyph available. We might even see an oh my god, there's going to be Alacrity Bear. Look at this damage with the Spirit Link, with the, what's it even called?
Radiant's middle tower.
Wait, where's the, oh, it's on the left, with the battle cry. And they lose the bear. Raven gonna run for it now, but he's gonna be okay. They're actually just gonna set up, going for the fake back, perhaps. Get some more vision. Okay, they actually just want the shrines. Shrines, Roshan control, map control, jump in, find the Phoenix, Sunstrike him down. Unstoppable streak for Tron. And now they're going to continue this fight even without the Phoenix. They're looking towards Ohio. Tornado up under the Gyrocopter this time around. He is going to be able to get the BKB off, so they focus down the Axe first. Secret's lost some HP. Raven pops his BKB. And will get some auto attacks out onto the Centaur, but just forced to turn tail and run now. The back lines, they've actually relocated through, but Raven once again with the fear. He looks towards Yassi, gives him a couple of cursory slaps, and then continues his retreat towards their shrine, which is back off cooldown. He is sitting on top of this Radiant Observer Ward. They know where he is, but I don't know if they're really going to be able to go over there and do too much about him, especially because Lotac also scouting their movements at the same time. Centaur now going back for a Vanguard. Wants the Crimson against some of this lone druid damage. Yamate scouts out the fact that the bounties are being stolen, but they should be able to get both of the bottom ones, or at least if Net has anything to say about it. He's got a slow little trot down there, but is he gonna get there in the end? He'll be fine. What do we got? Invoker going for a Lincoln's, Axe just going for a Hood. Wisp finally level 15. Alright, they got the Scepter bonus now on the Gyrocopter. So, he's going to continue fighting. Oh, was that smoke scattered? I think everybody might have been in fog at the time. But they did see that there were a bunch of heroes waiting around mid, so they might have some kind of an idea that this is going on. Net, just the two supports, poking their heads forward. Not really putting themselves in too much danger as the big wraparound comes. They're pushing with the Huskar and looking a little bit further ahead for more. Invoker has 2 Wraith Bands. Okay. Interesting. Interesting.
Dire are scanning.
Lots of stat items for Tron this game. So he's just threatening bottom a little bit. If they do anything too crazy and commit really hard for one of the other lanes, then he's just going to push that out. Very important that they keep using this Gyrocopter BKB. Not so much the timing, but use these charges effectively. Oh man, Lotac smoking right on top of an Observer Ward. There's just everybody waiting up on this high ground. Ohio taking so much damage, the BKB getting popped. But if they can get out with only losing the Axe, I don't think that would be that bad. Bottom lane's getting pushed in by the Invoker. That's going to force a rotation out of the Centaur, but he actually ends up canceling. Invoker's coming back, Axe buying back into the game. They are going to be able to pop the Global Sounds, locking down Centaur with his own Hoof Stomp. And now he's just going to get right-clicked down by Raven, who now pops his BKB, doesn't have to care about the Wisp of the Gyrocopter, and just keeps on slapping. He's separated this fight into 2, which is making this really hard for Red, who was trying to link up and connect, but the Gyrocopter and the Wisp couldn't do it. The Lone Druid's too strong, and in the end, Lotac, they do lose one more with the Silencer going down, but they take 3, and now they're going to take charge and come pushing down the mid lane. We saw how quickly this Lone Druid Bear could push a little bit earlier, and that's still very much the same case. This time around, they're just going to Alacrity the Lone Druid instead. But doing good damage. Stomp completely whiffs. Ohio going to be waiting with the call. Should get this kill onto Secret. No. Ohio backing up a little bit further, actually. Huskar buying back, and Lotac sound the full retreat. Looks like they're not going to lose anybody for this. Maybe the bear. Okay, the bear died. 300 gold for the gyrocopter. Consolation prize, but Lotac using 1 buyback, they find 3 kills. 496 using 1 buyback, they get nothing. Net with the stomp, locking down Secret. Can they get anything out of the Centaur this fight? They won't be able to. Huskar running forward, jumps over under Raven, but he gets feared back. Raven's still okay, finding some good positioning on this side of the fight. They're going to focus on the Wisp in the back lines. Invoker finds his opportunity down in the river, gets a deafening onto the Huskar as well, so now 458 is isolated. They do get onto the Invoker now, though. Raven pops his BKB, still right-clicking through. They get into the Huskar. They're focusing onto Yassi now as well. That's a dieback for the Wisp. And now without the Wisp, the Gyrocopter falls. Seal, the last one alive. He'll also end up dropping. And Lotac, you can feel the confidence for them as they march down mid lane. They know that Huskar doesn't have a buyback available. There's only 2 buybacks on the 496 side. And this is looking like it should, at the very least, be 2 lanes of Rax. Raven even just hitting tier 4 towers. Alright, buyback comes out. This is a bit brave, but still going for it. Alright, that's 1 tier 4. Another Alacrity soon. Wait for it. Yeah, they should probably just take the Rax. I think that's smart. Yeah, alright. Rax down, Roshan's up. That would also be nice to grab. You're gonna lose the bear again. 40 seconds to go on that. Ooh, Cataclysm. Doesn't do anything. Not the perfect timing from Invoker there. Alright, well that's Cataclysm on cooldown for a while. Oh no, net! Watch out. Oh god. If that had also been a bash, that would have been very sad for poor old Net. Yamate trying to ward up the Roshan pit. They know that this is going to be the next big objective. But they're not actually here at the moment, and somehow 4-9... Lotac, the game's not over yet. Guys, you still have to do stuff. Hello? Alright, Tornado coming through. They interrupt the dive from the Phoenix. He won't be able to reposition this fight. That's trouble. He's just going to drop the Supernova right away. The Global comes out, but it's not quite in time. They get the Aegis over onto the Gyrocopter. They're going to lose Secret now. Supernova only stunning the bear, and the Silencer not really doing too much more. Ohio jumps in, finds a 2-man call. 458 melting onto the Blade Mail. He does manage to get the BKB up, but he's just getting right-clicked by Raven. One after the next. They've already lost the Wisp. They're just going to wait for the respawn here with the Savage Roar, with the lift, with the right-click damage. They kill the Gyrocopter. Alright, I doubted Lotac for a second there. It seemed like they'd kind of fallen asleep at the wheel somewhat, but looks like they're just fine. They find all 3 core kills once again. Oh, and on the other side, why not? Invoker is looking for this Phoenix. He's got him. No, wait, Net's got him. Alright. You know, you gotta yap sword a little bit sometimes. But it looks like Lotac should be able to wrap up this 3rd and final game here for Group A losers match in the Chongqing Major SEA qualifiers. They are going to be knocking 496 out of the competition, and that means that they are going to have a date with Mineski tomorrow to determine the final spot. One more fight, perhaps. Cataclysm coming in, pushing back. Fred losing all of his mana, does just jump onto Yamate instead. He's got the Aghanims bonus, so able to keep on jumping. Maybe I spoke too soon. Nice stomp. Alright, snap Meteor onto Secret, beyond Godlike Streak with the Invoker. Nice Ice Wall. Where's Raven going? Raven just hitting Shrine. Alright, so it's not over yet. These melee creeps are doing it though. Super melee creeps. Okay, no. Not quite. Anyway, I still think Lotac are gonna win this, so I still think they're gonna be playing up against Mineski tomorrow, but maybe a little bit premature celebration there. Just a tad. 19k net worth lead. What's Dota Plus say right now? 97%. No, we're not there just yet, guys. Maybe I'll start all the fanfare once we get to 99%. Who's got buybacks left? Nobody, just Lone Druid.
Radiant's
What's Raven
top
gonna buy
shrine
now?
is under attack.
Good stick? Good stick, yep. Alright, nice. It's got quite a bit of attack speed, just some more damage. Why not? Not dumb enough to buy a rapier and throw the game against Gyrocopter. That would be extremely dumb. They probably want to take out this shrine as well. Lotac probably going to be systematic about this. Maybe take out another lane of racks. Starve out the farm options. Or they're just going to come YOLOing in here and find something. Ohio,
Radiant's
what
top
does he
shrine
spot?
is under attack.
Doesn't see anything just yet. Okay, yeah, they just got their sights set on the shrine. They pick up a BKB for the Invoker. Everything by the book now. Just gotta close it out.
Top shrine has fallen. Radiant's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower
What are we desperately
is
farming here? Centaur desperately farming Crimson. Wisp desperately farming Mech. Alright, the Bear Siege continues. Tornado catches the Huskar and not much else. Bear taking some damage, but the Raven really cares. They get the taunt out onto the Centaur, dragging him out of the base. Cataclysm coming through, does big damage. Secret's dead. Down for 50 seconds. Raven godlike and Lotac just resetting. Waiting for their cooldowns. Bringing down the tier 3. Removing that bonus armor. Ohio jumps in. Gets the call once again. Stun onto the Huskar. Meatball rolls through and finishes him off. Raven's just sitting up here on the high ground. Hitting the supernova. He takes care of it easily. Now he's focusing onto Yassi. Finally turns his attention over towards the Gyrocopter as he pikes his way out of the base. Great positioning. And that will finally be the GG called. We didn't even get to 99%. Alright, there you go. Raven gets his rampage. Fantastic performance out of the Lone Druid. I really didn't like what 496 did with the draft. I just think they killed any rotation potential that they had from their supports, and the supports just kind of had to sit there twiddling their thumbs in the early game while the Rubik ran around everywhere finding kill after kill after kill. I think if you give the MVP to anyone this game, if it's not Raven, then it's definitely Net. Moved around so nicely, found multiple kills on the Huskar, set up some kills over at top, had some good plays with the Stolen Hoof Stomp. Definitely very well done. So that's going to wrap it up for SEA qualifiers for today, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the coverage. Make sure you tune back in about 30 minutes time. I'd imagine that it's probably going to be on this stream as well for some of the CIS coverage. Who's got your back for that? Oh, there's actually... Okay, yeah. So, there's going to be Navi versus Windstrike on the main stream. That's ODPixel, Shiver, Lacoste, and Kyle. On this B stream, there's going to be VP versus 7. That's Killer Pigeon holding you down. There's Spirit versus No Pangolier, covered by Nomad. And then a Gambit versus... That's on BTS 3. And then on BTS 4, you've got Gambit versus Empire.Hope. And that's going to be handled by Rob and Roll. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed all the coverage. I will be back for more SEA qualifier action tomorrow. But until then, enjoy the patch. Enjoy some more major qualifier games. And I'll see you then.